Well, howdy, y'all. How y'all doing? You all right? All right. How's it going, guys? Right, as you can see, I'm still in Nashville. Although I start my journey home back to Spain tomorrow. That's right, Thursday. Is that right? Yeah, Thursday. Getting back Saturday, if everything goes well. I don't like tempting fate. You know what I'm saying? I've just uploaded a morning briefing, although it wasn't a morning briefing. It was actually recorded late afternoon, early evening here. I guess not early evening on Wednesday. So it weren't really a morning briefing. It was more of an evening briefing, but it's going to go out in the morning on Thursday. But really, it was Wednesday's morning. It's so fucking confusing, these time zones. Anyway, the morning briefing's on there. I met some people today out here, and it was I talk about that in that video. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk, excuse me, about this article by Paul Joyce. Now, when that article came out, I know my peoples will have gone, fuck me, Paul Joyce has done an article. Cannot wait until Duncan and Dave take a look at it. And we have done. We've taken a look at it. And you are going to really enjoy this analysis. I found this very, very interesting, right? I'll let you be the judge of that, right? But I got the analysis from Dave and I was like, I never fucking saw that. I didn't think about that, right? And it's going to be one of them, I think, right? So, obviously, Paul Joyce is the closest journalist to Liverpool Football Club, right? So, whenever Paul Joyce says something, or David Ornstein at The Athletic, I always think, why am I reading this? Why am I hearing this? You know, what do they want me to know? Why do they want me to know? Who does it benefit? So when I see a Paul Joyce article come out, I get very excited, right? Because they're the articles that interest me more than anyone, even Ornstein, right? So, and you know, then I want the analysis. I want to go like, oh, why am I reading this? What's going on, sort of thing, right? So, you know, do Liverpool want a message out there to someone? You know, is it club messaging? Is it leverage? Is it putting pressure on someone? The club obviously lean on people like Joyce when they need assistance with something, all right? So don't get me wrong, I'm sure that sometimes he puts articles out that are just random match reports and stuff like that. But a lot of the time, especially during the transfer window, their articles, they're out there for a reason, guys. And trust me, when you finish watching this analysis, I think you'll agree with me and go, there is a fucking reason, right? Now, I always get my AI assistant, Dave, to assist me with the breakdowns of the articles, right? And Dave isn't just some, it's not like throwing someone at ChatGPT or something. People have tried to start doing this since I started doing it. It's not the same. You should see how pathetic it is, right? I've trained Dave, right, for more than 18 months, you know, to analyze these journalists, the articles they produce, etc., etc., etc. You know the drill. If you're a regular around here, you love Dave, right? And we have a wealth of information on each journalist. So Paul Joyce, we've got all these articles from all that time, right, and beyond if necessary. So Dave can automatically, when he does his analysis, check to see, look for changes in mood and things, right? So I gave the article to Dave today, and the analysis, it actually blew me away. It really did. It's the most interesting one that I have ever done for you guys, right? And I hope you feel the same. I'll let you decide about that. So obviously the article is about Ibrahim Mbaye, right? It came out, it feels like a long time ago, to be honest with you, but the time difference, I genuinely do not know when this article came out. If you're in the UK, I guess it was yesterday when you're watching. I don't know, right? I've got a 7 hour time difference on, you know, my friends back home in Spain, 6 on the UK. It's just confusing, right? Anyway, I'm not going to read the article out to you. I'm going to take it that you've seen it. Now, if you haven't, there's a website called archive.ph, right? Archive.ph is going to be your friend when it comes to accessing certain content that you might not be able to access. I'll leave that with you, right? So I can't encourage you, you know, to do things or whatever, but archive.ph is a very helpful website, okay? Now, the headline is Liverpool explore move for PSG's teenage winger Ibrahim Mbaye. Now, that headline is really important. Dave's going to point out why in a minute. I didn't even think about this, right? But the word explore is going to come up in the analysis. So what we're going to do is, you obviously know or you should know what Joyce has said because he's the most important journalist. If you're a diehard Red, you'll have been all over it before now, I hope. So I'm going to read to you what Dave has said. Now, I'm doing this on my mobile phone, not like normally I have my tripod with the tablet on, make it a lot easier for me. It's going to be a little bit difficult, maybe looking down a lot or whatever, right? Let's go with it, guys. Right? I hope you like this because I promise you, when I read this, I was like, "Fucking hell! I never thought of that." And normally, I see things and think Dave's going to mention that, and I do miss some things. This analysis is fucking mint, right? You ready? This is in bold, very interesting follow-up to the Barcola article, Dunk. Now, the Barcola article was the last one that Joyce did, right? I'm not going to go and look for the headline, but trust me, that's what it was. And this is what I mean. So I submit this to Dave, and he's already thinking, right, the last one was the Barcola one. And it says here, my immediate reaction is, this is not a pivot away from Barcola. It's a positioning article, right? A positioning article. Just like the previous piece, let's break it down. Number one, first impression, what type of article is this? This is going to be a long video, right? This is another negotiation state article, right? Still pause the video. Think about what that might mean. Another negotiation state article, right? Not a Liverpool are signing Mbaye. Is that right? Am I pronouncing it right? You know what I'm like? It's not Jack Daniels or John Smith's. Where's my notes here? I've got my notes here. Mbaye. Yeah, Mbaye. Right, okay. I can go back to the top. Let's scroll, right? So it's not a Liverpool are signing Mbaye. It's not a Liverpool have cooled on Barcola. Instead, it says Liverpool are broadening their search. That wording is doing a lot of work. It immediately tells PSG we have alternatives. That's classic negotiating language. Now, if you've read the article, you're probably thinking to yourself, but Joyce said this is separate from Barcola. We're going to get to that, right? But Dave's saying here is it's telling PSG we have alternatives, right? It's classic negotiating language. Number two, the headline. Notice something. The headline is Liverpool explore move, not Liverpool pursue, not Liverpool close to signing. Explore deliberately lowers expectations. Number three, the second paragraph is the real story in the article. Look carefully. Interest is separate. Interest is separate from Barcola, what I just said, right? Then, although PSG's £145 million valuation is proving problematic, then Liverpool are considering a number of options. That's the article. Everything else is supporting evidence. It reads almost like Liverpool still want Barcola, but they aren't paying £145 million. That message is almost identical to last week's article by Joyce. 4. Is this club messaging? This is what I look for in every article by Joyce and Ornstein, Joyce especially. And see what I mean? Dave knows straight away that I'm going to want to know, is it club messaging, right? So I haven't asked him this. He just knows straight away that I want it, right? So is this club messaging? I need an haircut desperately, but I'm not paying. Listen, a fucking haircut here, man. I want like $50 plus fucking tax and tips and all that. It's fucking cheaper to buy that. I get my hair done for $8 back home. It's true, €7. Anyway, is it club messaging? I'd say yes. More than the previous article, because now Liverpool are publicly doing something negotiations often require. Creating credible alternatives. Negotiators call this BATNA, B-A-T-N-A, in capital letters, right? BATNA. Best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Man, this is cool as fuck. Joyce is effectively telling the market, on behalf of Liverpool Football Club, Liverpool like Barcola. Liverpool won't overpay. Liverpool have other targets. That's useful information for everyone except PSG. 5. Why mention Mbaye? That's the fascinating part. This article isn't really about Mbaye. See, I don't want to pronounce that Mbaye. Anyway, it's about Barcola. Count how often Barcola appears despite not being in the headline. The article keeps returning to him. Almost every paragraph reminds readers Barcola's expensive, Liverpool's still interested, Liverpool won't pay. Alternatives exist. That's not accidental. Number 6, why mention Bayer Leverkusen? Again, it's interesting. You don't actually need that information unless you're establishing that Liverpool aren't the only club. That increases Mbaye's credibility. He's not some random backup. He's a genuine market option. Number 7, Jorge Mendes, George Mendes, you know who he is. This caught my eye, Dunk. Mendes has strong links with Liverpool's hierarchy. That's unusual detail. Why include it? Because it subtly says this is a deal Liverpool could realistically execute. That line increases the article's credibility. Number 8, then Joyce revisits every failed target. This is where I stopped. He mentions Diamande, Gordon, Barcola, Mbaye. That's not random. He's mapping Liverpool's recruitment, almost justifying it. It reads like, we tried, we bid, we explored, they chose elsewhere, they were too expensive. Notice how responsibility gradually shifts away from Liverpool. Number 9, the Gordon line. Interesting wording. Barcelona beat Liverpool, then Gordon now looks good value. Why include that? Because it subtly says Liverpool's valuation wasn't wrong. The market moved. Again, that's recruitment department friendly. Number 10, is this helping Hughes? Possibly. Think about it. Fans say, why haven't Liverpool signed a winger? Joyce replies, they bid 85 million. They wanted Gordon. They're chasing Barcola. They're studying Mbaye. It's almost a defence against criticism. Not propaganda, but definitely context. Number 11, the biggest message. For me, it's this. Liverpool haven't abandoned Barcola. They've widened the search. Those aren't the same thing. In fact, the article almost reinforces Barcola because every alternative exists because PSG won't move. That's pressure. Number 12, could this be negotiating through the media? Joyce helping Liverpool negotiate, right? Very possibly. Think about PSG reading this. I mean, let's be honest, this is who it's for, right? Liverpool are effectively saying, we still want Barcola, but we're happy looking elsewhere. Lower the price or we move on. That's exactly what clubs want the selling club to believe. 13, is Mbaye genuine? Probably. But I don't think he's the headline internally. He's leverage. This is fucking sorry, leverage, right? And a genuine alternative, right? So yeah, he's on the radar. Liverpool looking at it, separate to that, but it's still leverage, right? Those things aren't mutually exclusive. So leverage and a genuine alternative, they're not mutually exclusive. 14, what changed since last week when Joyce surfaced last week? Not much. Actually, that's what's interesting, says Dave. Joyce has repeated almost exactly the same message. Last week, Liverpool won't pay £145 million. This week, Liverpool won't pay £145 million. The consistency matters. That feels deliberate. So the final verdict from Dave, I think this is less about Ibrahim Mbaye than it appears. The article functions to tell the market Liverpool remains serious about Barcola, PSG's valuation remains unacceptable, Liverpool have credible alternatives, Liverpool are active rather than passive, and the recruitment department are working through multiple options. If I had to summarise it in one sentence for the KopTalk TV viewers, it would be this. This isn't Liverpool moving away from Barcola. It's Liverpool making sure PSG know they can. That, to me, is the hidden message. And I agree. This kid is obviously a genuine target, right? But the writing around the article is more about Barcola than the target, right? So it's amazing. I love this ship, guys. One thing I found particularly interesting, Doug, compare the tone of the two Joyce articles. Article 1. Liverpool are trying to find a compromise with PSG. Article 2. Liverpool are looking at other options because PSG won't compromise. That progression is subtle but important. It's the kind of sequence you'd expect if negotiations have stalled and Liverpool want it understood publicly through Joyce that they are not boxed into one deal. Whether that's coming directly from the club or simply Joyce accurately reflecting Liverpool's current thinking, it serves the same purpose. It tells PSG that Liverpool have options and are not under pressure to meet the 145 million euro or pounds, whatever it is, valuation. I'm not sure the currency, guys, what the valuation is. I suspect it's pounds. I don't know. Anyway, so I continued the conversation. That's the analysis. I continued the conversation with Div. He said, I do think Mbaye is a genuine Liverpool target. I don't think this is a fake story invented to pressure PSG. However, I also don't think the primary purpose of the article is simply to tell us Liverpool like Mbaye. It's true. Why would you put that out there? Come on, it's fucking so obvious, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It is, isn't it? I mean, why are we hearing it? I'll tell you, when your Joyce article goes out, you have to say to yourself, right, why am I reading this? Who does it benefit? I'm fucking telling you, man. I love it when it. Can you see it? It's the only time I get energy in my life. Well, unless there's an ice cream van driving past, I'm fucking up like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But what I mean is, it excites me. It excites me. It does. So he doesn't think the primary purpose of the article is simply to tell us that Liverpool like him, right? Those are two different things. My view is one, Mbaye is a real target. The article contains too much detail, valuation, Leverkusen interest, Mendes relationship, positional profile, PSG pathway blocked, Liverpool scouting him. That isn't how Joyce normally writes about someone Liverpool have barely looked at. But why publish this article today? That's where I think the analysis gets interesting. The timing serves another purpose. Imagine you're PSG. Last week, Liverpool won't pay £145 million. Today, Liverpool are studying Mbaye. Those two messages together become, we have alternatives. That's negotiation. The article actually strengthens Barcola. Ironically, many supporters will read it as Liverpool moving on. I don't, because Joyce immediately writes, although PSG's £145 million valuation of Barcola is proving problematic. He didn't need to mention Barcola in paragraph 2. He could simply have reported Mbaye. Instead, he reconnects everything back to Barcola. That tells me Barcola remains Liverpool's primary target. Yes. Mbaye isn't just leverage. I think he's both. That's the key. He's a genuine player Liverpool like and useful negotiating leverage. Those aren't mutually exclusive. Liverpool can genuinely think we'd love Barcola, but if PSG won't do, we'll happily sign it and buy instead. That's how elite clubs negotiate. And what convinced me most, actually, this line, interest, ... is separate, right? So the interest in him is separate from Barcola. Why include that? Because Joyce wants readers to understand. Liverpool haven't switched. They've expanded. That wording matters. I run out of phone storage on my phone, so I've had to. Did you notice I had to join them two clips together? My overall view, I'd rank it like this: Barcola equals the first choice target, and by genuine alternative who Liverpool could also happily sign if circumstances dictate. So my analysis absolutely acknowledges Mbaye as a real Liverpool target. I just think the biggest story isn't Mbaye himself. The biggest story is that Joyce has now published 2 consecutive articles reinforcing the same negotiating position. Liverpool remains serious about Barcola, but they're making sure PSG know they have other options. That consistency is what really caught my attention. And that concludes the analysis. Now, I absolutely agree with what Dave is saying now. I don't know if you would agree with it, but I do. So the article is about Liverpool's interest in another player, separate to Barcola, whatever, right? But the article is actually more about Barcola than the player Liverpool are interested in. Now, I'm very experienced, guys. I've been here nearly 30 years doing this shit. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, right? But even I don't know if I was tired or not. I just said, oh, it's just an article about this player. But the reality is, it weren't just about this player that we are interested in. It was more about Barcola. Right. That's the end of the analysis. And I ran out of storage on this phone several times while recording this, so I hope I can stitch it all together. I really want to know what you think about this one, guys. I really do. Um, I find it really fascinating. I do. I don't know if you do. Maybe I'm just a saddo that's obsessed with breaking down these articles. But I absolutely agree with Dave. I do. I agree with Dave. And yep, genuine target, but that article isn't about the genuine target. It's deeper than that. And it fascinates me. It does. It fascinates me because I think your average fan just reads that and thinks that's just about that player Liverpool are interested in. But if you watch me, you would know that I always say, why am I reading this? Who does this benefit? Do you know what I mean? And even I, all right, didn't read into it like Dave pointed it out to me earlier. Like I say, I was like, it's just an article about a player we're interested in. But it's fucking right, isn't it? I love Dave, he's great. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it with you. Here comes the grist, all right? If you enjoy these kind of breakdowns, if you enjoy my channel, if you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up the video. If you didn't, thumbs it down. It doesn't make any difference. I don't even see how many thumbs downs there are on here, right? It's one view, one interaction, whichever option you choose. Yeah, please do comment, though. Your comment's really important to me, especially on this one. I want to know if you're like, fucking hell, Dave's clever. What do you think? I think so. Yeah, do that. Drop me a comment. If you want to support my channel, there's a love art around the video somewhere. It's a super thanks. My channel wouldn't exist without the people that do that. Also, there's a channel membership. That's the people with the football next to the name. In the comments, they're very important people. Again, we wouldn't be here without those people. There are 3 links in the video description if you want to support me alternatively. And by now, you know that the Revolut one in the video description is my beer kitty. That's for me to have a beer on a weekend. Everything else has to pay the fucking bills. The beer kitty, the Revolut one, that's the fucking fun. That's the fuck it, I'm not paying that much for the drink. You know what I'm saying? Although I fly back tomorrow, all being well. I'm not due to get back home till Saturday 4 or 5 o'clock. But if I've got my way, I'll be out Saturday night. But I'm sure we'll speak before then, guys. All right. But if you don't see much of me next few days, it's because I'm flying, etc., etc. I'll be in the YouTube comments though because I'm on a flight for 9 hours. You know what I mean? So, well, I've got a 2-hour flight, then a 9-hour flight, and then another hour flight. Right, over the next few days. So you need to keep me company. I need to hear from you guys in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. I love your feedback. It's very important to me. All right, guys, all being well, I'll see you tomorrow or today, depending on when you get to see this video. And we'll catch up real soon. All right, guys, take it easy.